It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police have set up a crime scene after a man was shot at Jesmond early this morning. Chief Inspector Dean Olsen says officers were called to a motel on Newcastle Road at about 1:45 following reports of shots being fired.
Police and other emergency services have arrived and located a male. He'd been shot in the leg and had a thumb injury as well. Police established a crime scene at the time and commenced an investigation from there. The male person the victim was taken to a hospital where he was in a serious but stable condition.
Business and political leaders are paying tribute to former Hunter Business Chamber CEO Kristen Keegan, who passed away after a short battle with brain cancer. The 46-year-old was diagnosed with the condition last year and died in hospital yesterday morning. Former Premier Mike Baird has described Ms Keegan as an incredible woman who changed Newcastle for the better for generations to come, while Hunter Business Chamber President Richard Anasich says she was a passionate advocate for the region. Hunter residents could end up having the final say on whether some of the region's councils are amalgamated. The Premier is looking at ways to deal with the former Baird government's policy, including scrapping plans for the mergers currently being fought in court and possibly unpicking mergers which have already taken place. Local Government President Keith Rhodes says he's put forward ideas during long meetings.
With regarding scrapping the remaining council mergers pending and to also look at a way to give communities the opportunity to demerge in those areas where they have been forcibly amalgamated.
Labor has again hit out at the lack of action from the federal government on dealing with the Williamtown contamination crisis. The Turnbull government has hinted it's considering whether to buy up properties affected by the RAF-based chemical leak. Deputy Opposition Leader Tanya Plibersek says not enough is being done to clean up the leak or compensate affected residents.
We have been very concerned about the lack of government action. The families that are trapped in homes that they are worried are dangerous, that they are unable to sell, and we will continue to work at a federal level to push the government to provide some security, some resolution for those families.
Plans for a hard rock quarry in Port Stephens appear to be back on the cards and will be much bigger than the original plan put forward 5 years ago. The Herald reports the mine proposal would be within the catchment area of the Grahamstown Dam with an extraction rate of 600,000 tonnes a year. The syndicate pushing ahead with the proposal also has plans for a sand mine at Williamtown. Cattle producers in the Hunter are being urged to keep an eye out for bovine ephemeral fever after a case was confirmed in the region last month. The painful virus has been known to cause fever, shivering and muscle stiffness in cattle. Dr Lyndall Stone says livestock owners need to watch out for the symptoms of the virus.
When mosquitoes that carry the virus bite the cattle, about 3 to 5 days later, if they're infected, they'll notice that cattle just look ill. They hold their heads low, they don't want to move because the virus causes inflammation in the joints and their muscle. They may have a bit of swelling around some of the joints.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
The Newcastle Jets have been unable to secure the signature of former striker Mark Bridge, with the A-League's transfer window closing last night. The focus now switches to retaining the services of strikers Andrew Houle and Andrew Naboo, with the club looking to extend their contracts. Both are in career-best form, but Houle is reportedly eyeing a move to Europe. A decade after playing for Merewether, left-arm spin bowler Graham White's first-class cricket career is about to be revived. The 29-year-old has been called into the English second 11 for a tour match next month. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.